Well, hey there. What is the second ingredient in the money-getting recipe to supersize your business? Sharon Horne-Ellstrom here, but you can call me Pajama Grandma, wrapped in a cozy blanket because I don't have robes in every color, apparently. I don't have a brown and green robe to go with my pajamas today, so you're stuck with me wrapped in a cozy blanket, which is actually more comfortable than a robe most days. Anyway, but what does that have to do with supersizing your business? Nothing, except it's how I supersize my business. So yesterday we talked about the first ingredient being you gotta define a problem that you can solve. You gotta have a solution to a problem that people have in the universe if you're gonna have a business. Business is all about providing solutions to problems. It isn't all about that, but if you want a super successful business and you want to supersize your business, then it needs to be about that. Every product, every service solves some sort of a problem. Now today, the second ingredient is to identify who needs that solution. Who needs the solution to the problem that you solve? Now, we brainstormed a list of problems yesterday, and we'll get to that in a minute, but let me give you a newsflash. Everybody doesn't want your product or service. Your product or service is not for everyone. If you're telling me I'm wrong and your product or service is for everyone and everyone can use your product or service, awesome. Good for you. Good luck with that. Stop listening to me, because you know what? You'll go crazy when I tell you your product and your service isn't for everyone. Yeah, can everybody use life coaching? Absolutely. Is your product or service, is life coaching for everyone? Absolutely not. The vast majority of people on this planet will never have a life coach. When I think about my rude awakening and my massive epiphany and realization that everybody didn't like Italian food happened in the frozen food department of a grocery store. I believe it was a buy or lease store. It was probably St. Paul, and I was doing a store demo, an in-store demo for my Italian food manufacturing business. We handmade Italian food, and I was, in not so nice a way, told by several people that first day that they were on low-carb diets and they would not eat a ravioli or try a ravioli if it was the last food on earth. People are not always super kind about your product or service because it's not for them. That's not about you. That's not about your product or service. It's always about them. So let it go. But realize your product or service isn't for everyone. I know, rude awakening. I remember to this day standing there shivering thinking, oh my God, everybody doesn't love ravioli. The world is going to end. But the world did not end. Found plenty of people that do love ravioli and to sell handmade ravioli and Italian goods too. But they weren't the people that were on low carb, no carb, Atkins type diets. They wouldn't be the people that are on keto diets today. There's always going to be a segment of the population that your product or service will never be for. We're not looking for those people. We're looking for identifying the people that your product or service, meaning your solution to their problem, is for. So if I think about my Italian food business, for example, there's all kinds of people and categories of people that my product or service was for and could be for. It could be for a single working mom who's coming home from work and wants a quick and easy dinner to make. Because if I answer the problem that I solve is what's for dinner, then a working single mom, that would be a product that would be appealing to her. It would also be appealing to the trophy wife who is making dinner to entertain her husband's associates or to impress her friends or making a holiday dinner. How I interact with those people and who that and why that appeals to them and why that what's for dinner solution appeals to them is very different for the trophy wife than it is for the single working mom that needs a quick dinner, right? And so what we're going to do today, and then another example of that is an accountant. So let's do the hard goods product manufacturing, the Italian food example, versus say an accountant. An accountant, maybe you're an accountant who specializes in tax preparation. Well, you could do taxes for almost anybody because all of us have to pay taxes, right? But do you want everybody? Who can you solve that problem for? There's a whole lot of categories of people that you could solve that problem for. There's solopreneurs, there's small business owners, there's big business owners, there's corporations. You might be a corporate tax accountant. Whatever, you get to decide. But today we're just going to, the second ingredient in the recipe is to identify who needs the solution to the problem that you identified yesterday. Now, if you did what I said, you brainstormed a whole bunch of problems that your products or services solve for people, right? Now I want you to take that list and I want you to pick one. Pick one problem for today's little activity and say, who needs this solution? who needs, and let's use a coaching example. Say I'm a coach that creates systems and processes and procedures for people out of chaos. I happen to be good at that. But let's say that that's my example for today. So if I'm a coach and I create systems out of chaos, I'm going to brainstorm a list today now of all of the different categories and types of people that I could help create the life that they want out of chaos, by adding systems and delegating and doing all the different things that you could do to help someone create a transformed life that makes them feel better. Well, you could work with other coaches. You could work with small business owners. You could work with solopreneurs. You could work with moms. You could work with single parents. You could work with nonprofit organizations. You could work with CEOs. You could work with corporate executives. I want you to brainstorm a list of anyone and everyone, but categorize them by giving them names that you could help and that would need the solution that you identified. Pick one solution or one problem that you solve, and then brainstorm a list of all the people that need that. That is today's challenge. Then I want you to pick the top three categories. So for example, I need my magnifying glass. If I'm being the coach out of chaos, I picked three. I said a small manufacturing company, a grandma. I would help grandmas create systems out of chaos, and I would help corporate executive women create systems out of chaos. And tomorrow we'll probably talk about why I selected those three and why I asked you to select three. So go out, define the problem, pick the problem, identify anybody and everybody by category who needs that solution, and then pick your top three. The three you are most attracted to working with, that you are most excited about. And we'll talk about that tomorrow. Have a fantastic day when we talk about, of course, the third ingredient in the recipe for money getting, because money getting helps us to supersize our business. Resource getting helps us to supersize our business. So you can put resource instead of money, whatever it is you need to grow and create the business of your dreams. That's what we're talking about with this recipe. All right, catch you tomorrow. Bye.